The last half hour of Thunder Thursday. Welcome back.
Flash!
Boom!
Okay, baby.
And often the best half hour.
It is.
Because we have important information to talk about today.
We do. First, let's introduce our guests. We have from Cuba, and that's not
That's
K.
the Kingston Uptown Business Association.
Correct. Not like K-O-O-B-A. It's K-U-B-A. So we have John Perry and John Murphy, two Johns.
And John Perry also supervisor out in the town of Hurley.
That's right. And
doing
a
a
guest.
wonderful job out there as a Hurley taxpayer. Thank you.
Thank you.
But you're here about Cuba, and we're here about the Kingstonian today.
Right.
And it was important. I want you guys to tell us why it's important for people to listen to this fantastic project pitch.
And why anybody can be against this.
How can anybody? Okay. I'm trying to get off my rail. Go ahead.
Okay.
You know,
Get off your cloud.
Listen, I've been uptown about 26 years, selling real estate, different things, and to see this project have a chance to happen and see the highs and the lows that I've seen in Kingston in 26 years, I'm excited about it. I'm excited for people who can actually come uptown and actually have some parking, be able to get out and shop, and the things that can happen in the area. It's just phenomenal to be excited about something that's going to happen that, you know, you've been there a long time, you haven't seen, you know, a lot of things happen.
The families that formed the organization that are building this are two local, wonderful families, philanthropic
The
families,
Jordans, the
Jordans
Benoras.
and the Benoras.
Yes.
And go ahead, John.
Yeah, so I mean, let's
What's
start with
happening?
the issues of what really Uptown needs, and that's parking. This is going to
You
provide
think?
almost
Yeah.
100 more parking spots than what's available at this point in time. It's going to be heated. It's going to be secure. It's going to be in a situation where everybody's going to prosper, businesses, residents, not only from that facility, but the residents that are renting above other buildings. I mean, this is huge. We have to develop the Uptown Kingston area, and the only way to do it is with parking. I mean, Sundays, there's nothing going on. Now you're going to put 130 some units in there. Now you have residents that can actually come out on a Sunday, go to the different retail stores, services, bring Uptown to a whole nother level. Like Hudson and Beacon and you know, Rhinebeck, these are the areas.
Great
that are-
examples, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is what Kingston should be.
Could be.
Oh, it definitely can be. So, and we need this. This is the catalyst in order for that to happen.
So you have a business uptown.
Absolutely. And Mr. Murphy, he's owns Murphy
Great.
Realty.
And what's your business?
Signature Fitness.
Okay,
It'll be
great.
20 years this November.
That's great.
And I've
Awesome.
seen a lot of roller coasters.
Right.
And if this doesn't happen,
Yeah.
we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
We're done.
Yeah.
We've seen the fits and starts of a parking garage, and well, let's be clear, no one is going to come here and build a parking garage.
No.
one.
It's an
It's not
absolute-
financially
it's a loser.
feasible.
Right.
Down in New York, it might be a winner.
But
Up
you
here, it's a
can't
loser.
do it here.
I mean, let's be clear. You know, there's a lot of misinformation out there. There's a lot of people telling people ghost stories. The fact is that what's going to come in from this is going to be sales tax that the city and the county and the state can then, you know, take that money and develop through other processes, whether it be youth rec programs, educational programs, you know, putting municipality people to work, more police force on the job. We need this in the city.
So it's jobs creation too.
Damn right.
Yeah.
It's economic development.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. We
Having
need-
people uptown, 300-400 people uptown, shopping and living.
Right,
Tremendous.
it's a big deal. The other thing that I think that's unfolding now is all the studies that have been required to do, whether it's
Secret process.
secret environmental impact, the traffic studies, you know, should.
Which I believe that the developer did proactively.
Right.
They didn't
They were.
wait to be required to
No.
do that.
No.
They did it proactively to
Right.
try to keep this on a track for
And very
completion
transparent.
in our
Let's
lifetime.
be honest. I mean,
Yeah.
everything's on the website. They're very transparent
Right.
with the information that's coming
Yeah.
forth. And I think the public hearing on Monday
Monday.
will be, you know, potentially bringing some of this to light as well.
So this
when and
coming
where?
Monday is a
when
public
and,
hearing?
When and where?
I think it's
What time?
6 o'clock.
6
6
p.m.
p.m.
this Monday, City Hall. You know,
Okay.
it'll be there. You know, for the folks to come. You know, what really needs to be said is there's a tremendous amount of support for this, but the people that are supporting it, they need to get out. They need to come to this meeting, show the forces in which we can help provide this. You know, community needs this big time.
Get out there
And that means Middletown, Midtown, downtown. The people that are for this project, this will enhance the city as a whole.
Right.
You know, Uptown Kingston is the bottleneck of
barometer,
which, how
right.
everything comes into the city.
Right.
You know, there's a new wayfinding system coming in. It's bringing everything from the traffic circle to Uptown, Midtown, then downtown. So if this happens, it's just going to grow the whole city.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody and everybody,
grow
Midtown,
the tax
downtown,
base.
roundout people, come and support this. This is for everybody in the community, not just Uptown.
Right.
Let's talk, we've seen our city government put in a position to spend more and more money to run the city, right? They have contracts to make they cost
Create
money.
revenue.
Sure.
Low-income housing is wonderful. We need it. It's part of the fabric of a community. But that doesn't generate tax revenue.
Yeah.
Market rate apartments, market rate development generates tax revenue, which helps to support low-income housing.
Correct.
Right.
So
The
there
more
has to
offsetting
be
of, yeah.
both.
Yeah.
There has to be market. You're a realtor, a successful realtor for many.
Yep.
People see the Murphy sign everywhere.
Sure.
It's
So
green.
what's your
Yes.
take on this?
My take on it is, listen, this project, people want to, we need the parking garage. That's like, for the greater good of everyone,
Yeah.
we need it. And it's unfair to ask a developer to build a parking garage you're going to lose money on for 50 years.
Right. Or charge some exorbitant rates
Right.
that nobody
Nobody's
can
gonna
afford.
park in it.
Right. So then say, oh, by the way, we want 20% of it affordable housing. We're not saying there's not a need for affordable housing, but not in this project.
We're building
It's not
affordable
fair for them
housing.
to ask that.
Right.
Drive by Cedar Street. They're building a 6-story affordable housing project.
I agree with you, but in this particular
House.
project,
Yeah.
On the opposite.
About 200 apartments will be built within the next year and a half.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're addressing affordable housing.
Yes.
We are, as a community.
but
As a
not in this
city.
project. This is what people have to
That's not
understand.
what this
It
project is
can't-
for.
This project doesn't work with that. It
So-
just doesn't.
So let me ask this: the final decision-making rests with whom? Would you say?
The lead agency is the city of Kingston, correct?
So,
Yes.
so they would make the final determination
Correct.
after all studies have been done, after all input's been received, all testimony's been given. There'll be a day that comes that someone says, move the project, and votes will be made. So
Yes.
Right, which is a valid point. So if you can't make the meeting on Monday, all correspondence, mail, email, they can be sent out for the 2 weeks from that point on. So if you can't make that meeting, please show your support via email to the planning board, City of Kingston, or snail mail, please.
right, and if you don't know who those people are, you can go on the City of Kingston website, find
The
out.
mayor
who
has
folks-
made it easy to contact him.
Absolutely.
Contact
The
the
mayor
mayor.
is
Contact the mayor with an email.
Right.
Then you don't have to worry about the others.
If you're
Contact
on
the mayor.
vacation,
and
send an email on
yeah,
the beach.
let
However,
them know that you're in favor of
Right,
this
absolutely.
project and the tax revenue it will generate, the new residents it will generate,
Right.
the new business it will generate in Uptown Kingston, all of which are necessary and help our community grow to be able to support the issues that others are concerned about.
Right.
Yes.
And the mayor's been very much in the forefront on this.
Mhm.
I mean, he's been leading the pack,
Yeah.
saying, "Hey,
Yeah.
we need this," and yes, there's other
But
issues.
it helps him to know, for him to know that
Sure,
others are behind it.
Support that's
Absolutely.
out there.
The
Absolutely.
business community, I think, has spoken pretty loudly about this.
But what's Kuba's take on it? You're here representing Kuba,
Yeah.
the Kingston Uptown
Kuba
Business
supports-
Association.
yeah,
Support,
Kuba supports it,
absolutely.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, we're in support. We've written a letter of support as business owners and representatives of Kuba. 100%. I mean, it's
So
something
the
that we
organization that exists in the area where it's going to be built
Right.
is in favor of it.
Right.
So
yeah,
shouldn't that be
what's-
enough?
What's the point? Yeah, exactly. How
definitely
go
from
on
a business
here?
aspect. 100%.
Yeah.
Of course.
So Kuba is made up of, just talk about Kuba for a minute, because if there's businesses in the Uptown area that want to know more about Kuba, how to join, how to get involved, I mean, this is probably one of the things you do in terms of advocacy for pro-business development. But just talk about Kuba a little bit, how long it's been around, John.
Well, I think we were both. John was on Kuba. Murph was on Kuba as
It's
well.
like safe out, they're pointing
Yeah,
at each other.
Well, tag, baby, tag.
I know you're talking about. I know it's been around for at least 30, 50
Oh, really?
years.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
it's
oh
been a
yeah, no,
long
it's been
time.
around a long
kidding.
time.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So so the development of Kuba, actually was I don't know if you know this, but it was a men's organization.
Oh, really?
Oh, it
Yeah,
started out as a
Yeah,
men's
so
organization.
so look at we've advanced from there.
Absolutely.
Who says
And
women
our
aren't
president is a
trainable?
female.
And thank God for that.
Like,
Thank
Penny
God
City
for that.
is phenomenal. She's doing a great
Oh,
job.
Elaine S. is
Yeah, she's
wonderful.
doing a great job.
Yeah.
So
So info about Kuba, website about Kuba. Where is it? Is it?
so it's www.kuba.com.
Okay, John.
Okay,
Short,
that's
Honestly, what I would
KUBA.
do is I would just Google it.
Yeah, just Google it.
And then you'll get the.
We're not
the
supporting
rest.
Google anymore, John, because they're spying on us and have a monopoly. So go to Kuba, KUBA.com.
Whatever search engine you plan on using.
Firefox or
It will-
something. They're
it will
not-
bring you there, I
Firefox
promise.
doesn't,
No,
creep on you.
Wasn't that a book?
I think so. I don't know. I have no idea.
As a former business owner in Uptown Kingston, we are members of Kuba, or were when I was there.
Yeah,
The girls probably still are. members of Cuba,
And so is Norman Staff.
and so is Norman Staffing.
That's right.
Because,
Man, we
because
got your
they're
check.
the
Yeah,
advocates.
yeah. I know. Let's cash that thing
Nice.
quickly. Cash it quickly.
Right.
These are the advocates for business owners. Don't have a union. Business
Right.
owners don't have anybody
Sure.
speaking for them.
Right.
So they form organizations like a business association, and they're able to speak as one
Yes.
on topics like this.
Correct.
I'm sure there's in discussion. You
Yeah,
know,
multiple. I mean, we've had multiple. We've even offered, open forums for people to come in for information based, on
Good.
this specific, the Kingstonian itself. The mayor's been there. We've even had soon to come is going to be Pat Ryan. We've had where he'll be potentially.
Have they
speaking.
taken a position in the county on this?
I can't speak on that.
No.
I can't speak on
Okay.
that because I don't know. With
So-
all the changeovers with the executive and such, I haven't.
Yeah.
I can't really speak on that.
So that's something for people to do too. Call you if you're
Absolutely.
in favor of it.
Right.
Call your new county
Executive.
executive,
Yep.
Pat Ryan, and let him know.
Yeah,
Let him know that
absolutely.
how you feel about it.
And if you want to talk government, obviously the state of New York thinks that this is a great idea. They gave us $10 million as part of the process
Right.
to make it happen.
Well, let's be clear. That was our money they gave us.
Yeah,
but,
right.
Right, but
Right.
this was the catalyst
Right, I know,
that pushed that. They
But
knew
no.
that, Benarios and the Georges were a part of this, and they knew that if we give this money, it's going to escalate this city to a level in which the state wants the city of Kingston to become.
And only a fraction of that's being used uptown.
Oh, yeah, like this
Two-
2.5.
Yeah,
And the developers are putting in, and I don't want to get this wrong, but
46 million.
right,
Yeah.
over 40 million.
Number guy over here.
There you go.
Yeah.
Did you hear that, folks? $46
That's with an
million
M, right? It's with an
of
M.
their own money to develop this.
Yeah.
That is why you need market rate apartments.
Yes.
This is not a government funded project where tax dollars are going to pay the rent. This is where private business owners are putting up their capital to develop your city, and they need to be paid back for that. And that's
Yes.
done through market rate apartments and businesses.
Right, and to speak on that, let's be honest. There's seniors that need places to go.
I'm a senior
There's
that needs a
empty
place to
He
go.
is a senior,
Empty
yes.
nesters that need places to
Right,
go.
right.
Right now they're leaving the county. They're leaving the state.
Right.
They don't have any place to go.
Right.
This offers them a place to go.
Right. You got a 3,000 square foot house that you can't take care of anymore. Who wants to lift
You
the
just
ladder?
don't want to. You
motor
don't want to
bail?
take your
You're
kids are grown.
downsizing. People are
Right. Yeah.
downsizing.
And we're tight on inventory now.
Right.
Real estate
Oh, yeah.
also, again, we're tight on
There you go.
inventory.
So this
and-
creates inventory. That's
Absolutely.
a great. That's a
Yes.
great
It's the circle
point.
of life of real
Yes.
estate,
Yeah,
right?
that's
It
a great
opens up
point.
homes so young families can go purchase a house while they're moving into these,
Right.
these apartments.
Right.
Yeah, that's a great point, John. We leave. Our kids are grown, right? We're going to leave that house, and who's going to move into it?
Right.
Somebody who's raising a family,
Right.
bringing more
Absolutely.
taxpayers in, bringing
Absolutely.
children to attend our schools.
Right.
We just
It's
lost
the
Coleman.
circle of life.
The circle of life, but we don't eat anybody. That's the difference.
Was it Mustafa? No.
Mufasa. Yeah. Mufasa.
We
But
started.
we just lost Coleman School
correct.
because enrollment's down. Why is that? Because people are leaving.
Yeah.
They will leave if you don't give them a place to live. And I want to once again note that and this it doesn't necessarily make a difference, but to many it's important. These are two local families.
Mhm.
This isn't some builder from
Yeah,
right.
the
Oshkosh.
West Coast coming in here
Yeah.
raping the taxpayers for their money.
Right.
These are two local families who have given countless thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands,
Yeah,
maybe
back to
millions
the community.
of dollars to this community
Absolutely.
over time.
100%.
And they're now trying to improve the community that they support
Right.
by building a hotel, a parking garage, and retail space.
And they're not
Right.
going anywhere.
And right there,
Right,
These-
Exactly.
they
Please,
they
yeah.
have kids that are going to be coming back after
Yeah.
college. Believe me, they're not going anywhere. They have, this is something that it's beautiful. And I can tell you what, this is the third roller coaster I'll be on. The first one was some Asian organization that wanted to come in, purchase the old parking garage,
Mhm.
and that got shot down. The second one was the 12-story structure.
Teicher organization.
Right.
That got
right.
shot down.
Yeah.
This
Maybe
is-
appropriately.
And these are all people that
Yeah.
you're talking about.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
were from
They were
like
not from here.
Poconos or
They
from
went
Asia.
somewhere else,
These
yeah.
are people right here in our neighborhood that they're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Putting
Let's
in-
talk
in
about
our
that,
neighborhood.
John.
That was about
Let's talk about
the
that.
height of the building.
Yeah,
He had
yeah.
he had the parking garage. Now this is different because
Right.
you've got both sides of the street.
Correct.
You've got the warehouse, you
Right.
got this, and it's not going to be higher than the, I think the steeple is what the
Right.
the biggest
Variance, yeah.
variance. So I think, that's a major factor. It's going to sit aesthetically the way it should look.
Right.
It's not going to overwhelm anything, because I think that Teicher project was going to overwhelm.
Absolutely.
I mean, that was-
and that should have
Correct.
appropriately got shot
Yes.
down. It should have gotten
Right.
shot down. This one is the right place, the right time, the
And the
right,
right
conditions,
people.
right
Yes.
people.
And the right people.
The right
And
people.
so, I mean,
100%.
this is it. I agree with both
And
Johns.
if
that-
a local family, like these two families can't do this,
yeah,
Who can?
forget
Who
about
can?
it.
It's just not going to happen,
Right.
and we'll stagnate
Yeah.
and drive away like we've driven away
Yeah.
project after project that
Yeah.
would have enhanced our community.
Well, a lot of people will say, Uptown Kingston is doing fantastic. And if you walk around Uptown Kingston, I'm not trying to be negative, but there are so many storefronts that are vacant right now. And in order to get those people back and shopping in Uptown, you have to this is a niche.
It is-
I mean, these guys are buying buildings and they're investing their money, but what
Yeah.
are they going to do to develop these buildings? If you look around, there's
when they overpay for the building,
Absolutely.
they need to get a tenant in
Yes.
there who can
And
make
right.
the payment,
And
make the rent payment.
Our rents do not equate to a cap
No.
rate that makes sense when you're
Right.
buying these buildings. They're moving money, great.
Yeah.
But what are they going to do with these buildings? What are we going to generate?
Yeah.
And to say Uptown Kingston's doing fantastic, I disagree, because I look at
Probably
the
doing better than it was.
Let's say-
maybe
let's
you
say
better
it has
was,
to-
you know,
but
relatively
listen,
It has the
speaking.
potential to do fantastic.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
building.
they're doing the boutique motel just opened up. That's fantastic. I think
Yeah.
that's great. There are some good
I
things.
mean,
but they're-
incremental changes are, I think, positive for
But
sure.
I'll tell you, the changes are based on what is supposed to or what they thought was going
Going
to
to
come.
happen.
Yeah.
If it doesn't
Great
happen,
point,
they're
John.
gone.
They're
gone.
Yeah.
And guess what? Black holes all along the front, North Front Street, Wall
that's-
Street. It's
that's
done.
That's not.
And
what
let's
we
not
want.
forget all of those folks who have been uptown for decades.
Right.
Dallas Hot Wiener, right?
Yeah. I've been 20 years.
Yeah.
November.
Yeah,
You've been there you go,
Amazing.
20
It's
years.
a long time.
Across the street
There's,
is
Karen Clark
Dominates.
Aiden.
Yes.
Dreamweaver,
Karen Clark,
Bob
Bob
Ray,
Catano.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're all
Absolutely.
blue
These
chip
are wonderful,
companies,
wonderful
been
places.
hardworking people.
They need this to continue to be
Schneider's
able.
Jewelers.
Yes.
I mean, we can go on and on.
Yeah,
These
no,
are
it's,
people,
So
These
we're
are the folks that support your community. You need to support them back.
Right.
Absolutely.
It's not easy to be in
Right.
business for yourself.
So John Murphy and John Perry, we have some time left for sure, but I want to thank you guys for coming here and talking about it and
Spearheading this.
spearheading
Sure.
this and Cuba is a great organization. KingstonUptown.org if you have a question about Cuba.
Dan, take us away.